Hello, and welcome to the For Fun of Knit podcast. My name is Linda, and I'm coming to you from South Surrey, just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So that's on the West Coast, for those of you that might not know where Vancouver is, but it is hard on fall, man. We have gotten right into monsoon rainy season. So Vancouver is a rainforest, believe it or not. So yeah, rain is something we are very used to. And if you're a Vancouverite or in the vicinity, you need to be waterproof. So Gore-Tex is our friend. Anyway, this is a knitting podcast, not a Gore-Tex weather gear podcast. So this is a knitting podcast where I love sharing all my adventures and misadventures in knitting, because heck, if I make mistakes and I can get through them, then so can anybody. And so if you're a beginning knitter, I hope you enjoy these podcasts, because like I said, I like to share all my makes, but also my mistakes, because 9 times out of 10, nobody knows. And anyway, we can get into that. So today is the 4th in my October series. I did not do Vlogtober because I couldn't commit to every day, but what I have tried to do is keep you up to date on the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along and my progress with all the deviations and color changes and all the shenanigans that go along with trying to keep up with the knit along. Suffice it to say, I am way behind. I have now just finished clue 1. Yay. So for those of you that are haven't followed along and are going, really? It's week 4 and you're only on clue 1? There's a story behind that. I'm going to show you my progress to date, but also what I've been doing is I've been doing giveaways for each episode. So today is the last giveaway, and let's start with that. That way, for those of you that are just interested in the giveaway, you can get on with your day, and no harm, no foul. I love that because it's all about sharing yarny goodness. So, oh my goodness. Let's see. So here is the URL for the episode number 30 where you had to put a comment. And now I'm just going to, and I'm doing this without my glasses because my glasses are on top of my head. I'm going to hit the start button. And so now it's choosing. Yay! So you get to see it before I do, probably. So we have a winner. Wonderful. Who is our winner? Monica Geertz. Monica Geertz. Congratulations. Well, Monica, you liked my more dramatic choice for the Stephen West shawl. And given your profile picture, I totally get that. And I don't dislike my original choice, but that's not what I ended up with. So, Monica Geertz, if you direct message me on Instagram at For the Fun of Knit with 2 T's, For Fun of Knit, or email me at forthefunofknitvlog@gmail.com. I will get your prize mailed out to you. What was your prize? Well, we had 4 different prizes, and this is week 4, so the remaining prize is this beautiful skein of ginger snap yarns in her Lush base. Is it called her Lush base? Her Lush fingering, which is 75/25, very squishy though. 75/25 in the Inside My Head colorway. And it is this beautiful tonal orange, creamsicle orange with pops of purple predominantly, but there's a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, a little bit of green, but very small speckles. You can just see those in there. But it's an absolutely gorgeous skein, and I'm happy to send that to you, Monica. Just make sure you send me the details. So, without further ado, let me just take a sip of coffee. It's 6:15 on Friday morning. Is it October 28th today? I think it's October 28th, yes. So it's early, so I need my coffee. I haven't even had breakfast. Before we get into that, really quickly what I'm wearing. I am wearing an epic fail. An epic fail, which is my Turtle Dove by Espace Tricot. Pattern's awesome. I'm going to knit this again. It's been on my roster to knit again for a while. but I consider it an epic fail only because of the yarn choice. So what it is, it's just a turtleneck. It's boxy, oversized. Going to show you a little bit here with a split hem, a little longer in the back, shorter in the front, a faux seam. I don't know if you can see that. A faux seam. Super comfy pattern. I want to knit this again, and I can see myself having many of these because when you're in a colder climate, this is just a great cozy sweatshirty kind of a sweater. Why I consider it to be an epic fail? Probably number one, the yarn choice. So this is Drops Air. Can't remember, in the ash colorway, I think. And the weight of the yarn is a little too light. Like we're talking a smidge too light. That it kind of sticks to my leggings every once in a while. It doesn't have enough weight to it to actually just drape down. That would be one thing. The other thing I would say is that for me personally, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but I find this particular yarn, which I do believe is a mix of alpaca, wool, and polyamide. It has like 40% polyamide in it, I think. And I find it very staticky. So I don't know if I'm just full of electricity or my house is really dry or what it is, but it clings to me and I don't like that. Just so happens it's not doing that this morning, so lucky me. That would be the other thing. The other thing is that this was somewhat of an experiment for me, which was a success, I guess, in the sense that I didn't like when I looked at the pictures on Ravelry for the Turtle Dove. This is the Turtle Dove. Yeah, this is the Turtle Dove 2, pardon me. This is the Turtle Dove 2. A lot of people had knitted and there was this pull right here. Right here. There was always a pull kind of right there around their neck. Mine does not do that. That's my collar up there. There was a pull and and the first couple times I knit this section, I kept getting this pull. And I was trying to figure that out. And what it was just a matter of rearranging the number of stitches between the sleeves and the front. I am very square. I'm broad-shouldered and very square. And this type of a raglan, any type of a raglan, I think, really suits a more sloped shoulder. It's easier to fit. Suits everybody. But it's easier to fit if your shoulders are slightly sloped. If your shoulders are square like mine, you do need more fabric in here to make sure, and you need more fabric, believe it or not, over the shoulders because I've got quite rounded, I don't know, I'm thick. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I just needed more stitches. I needed to rearrange them so that I didn't get this pull. So that took a couple tries to get right, did get that right. And then I did this as a mock turtleneck. So I don't know if you can see it. But there's a line right here. There's a line right here because I only knit it to there and then I didn't really like where that hit. It hit just kind of there and it just didn't kind of look right. Oh, now I have fluff everywhere. Sorry. So at the end, I just picked up the stitches all the way around, knit 3 more inches, and now I have this nice scrunchy turtleneck and nobody ever knows. I'm the only one who knows. Well, now you all know because I told you. But anyway, so that's so is it an epic fail? Probably not epic fail. Maybe it's just, it's a good sweater, but it could be better if I had just chosen, for the most part, a different yarn. Oh yeah, and this yarn pills. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm going to show you the pilling. Look at the pilling. And I mean, I wear this all the time, but I have gleaned it many times now. And it's going to end up having no sweater left to it because of the pilling. But that said, it's an in-house sweater now, and I'm just comfy and cozy, and hey, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Let's get into the saga of my Stephen West mystery knit along. And I'm going to wait to show you until I go through all this. So tune me out if you have to, if you've heard all this, but let's start with the original kit. So I did purchase a kit from Stephen West, and I chose the Life in the Long Grass kit. And isn't this beautiful? Oh my God, these are gorgeous. I just love every one of these colors. These two, I got 2 of each, and I had to choose between a main color, and a contrast color. And then I got the pop color. So I really loved all of these colors. My only thought was, this is quite purpley. This is a solid pink. This has pink and purple. I didn't really like pink and purple. I don't know why. I just didn't like pink and purple. So I thought, hey, you know what? In my stash, I have this beautiful Shirley Bryan yak plied yarn in the Braverman colorway. And I thought, that looks smashing. It's the same tones of purple in there. And there's purple in this, and I can still keep the pop. Woo! Love that choice. Knit that up, and I'll show you a picture up here of how Clue 1 turned out. So I got through Clue 1 too harsh for me. It just looked really, I don't know what the word is, but it was harsh. It looked harsh, and it was too contrasty. And I guess that's because the actual Clue 1, spoiler alerts here, Clue 1 is very geometrical. The chevrons are very geometrical. So I just couldn't get my head around that. And then for the second Clue 2, well, I hummed and hawed with this. And then for Clue 2, you're supposed to use your master color and your pop together. And Clue 2 was just becoming too dark. I thought, oh no, this is too dark for an overall shawl for me. So I thought, okay, no problem. Rip that out, swap it out for my contrast color, and do my contrast color for Clue 2 with this as the pop. But this, and then combine it with Clue 1, it just was not working for me. It just kind of looked like a color mayhem. Not coordinated color. It looked more like color mayhem to me. So I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. So I ripped the whole thing out. All of Clue 1, that was in my last video. You saw that. Monster mash, galore, hilarious. A lot of fun. So then, then I went to my stash and I went through a whole bunch of different pinks that I had, and I finally came up with this colorway. So this is still the Life in the Long Grass original. It was supposed to be my contrast color. So I had 2 skeins of this. And this is, what is this one? This one is Rouge. Life in the Long Grass in their Merino Singles Rouge. And I paired it with, now I have got, what I had in my stash is I have several skeins of Hedgehog Skinny Singles in the Cheeky colorway, which is absolutely lovely. It's got all the colors that I love. And this Madeline Tosh Merino Singles, I think it's Tosh Merino Light in the Rose colorway. And so these 3, I thought, okay, we're staying in the pinks now. There's no purples, we're in the pinks. They're softer. And I thought these would be my main color and contrast color, and this would be my pop. I'm liking that. Well, drum roll please. Let me show you where I'm at. So bless my lovely sister. She's waiting for me. She's already finished one part of Clue 2, but she stopped knitting so that I could catch up. And I will be caught up to her by probably, early next week. I should be firing right along. Now keep in mind, Clue 4's out. So this MKAL is almost over, and I'm just finished Clue 1. But here is the new Clue 1. Oh my goodness, I love this. Oh, I hope you can see this. Oh, this is so much better for me. I know some of you, like Monica, liked the more dramatic version. But it's funny. I think it's not just the color choice, but I think it's geometrical patterns for me are not my go-to. I don't like harsh lines, and I like more of the whimsical. in my knitting, and I think that using these colors together just made it more whimsical. And so can you see? So I've got my loops at the bottom. There you go. So I am just starting clue 2. Oh, look at this. It's just, it's so much. This is something I will wear for sure. It's just softer, and yeah, it really tones down the chevrons, the geometrical chevrons. Now, that said, sorry, I have fluff in my hair. That said, it might not be honoring the pattern as much because the details aren't as evident. So I'm going to show a comparison picture here now of the two, so you get a really good idea of the difference of how different this pattern can look if you use sharp contrast or lower contrast. So there you go. So that's my clue 1. I have now just started clue 2. So that's the beginning of clue 2, and it's going to be contrasted. My pop of color is, of course, going to be this pink. So really, really excited about, it was worth it. It was worth it for me to undo it. Not only that, my first go around, I made quite a few mistakes, as you probably saw. I made quite a few mistakes, and I had too many rows, so I fixed all that. I have only literally I've only had one misadventure in this, and so I'm going to highlight it because I think it's kind of interesting, actually. And I only made one mistake. First of all, doing it the second time around took just as long. I'm not going to say it was any less. It took me a full week to do it. However, it was much more enjoyable the second time around. So interestingly enough, it was more enjoyable because I knew what to expect, I guess. Normally a mystery doesn't bother me, but with this one I found it very difficult the first time around. But my misadventure, you might not be able to tell what my misadventure is. But I will tell you that this is an I-cord bind off, as is this an I-cord bind off. Don't know if you can tell, but on this I-cord bind off, I knit 2 and then knit 2 together regularly. And you end up with a flat border, very nice finished edge. I love that finished edge, but it's quite flat. What I was supposed to be doing is knit 2, then knit 2 together through the back loop. And what that does is it rolls the edge. It gives it a rolled edge. It rolls it to the back. And so you get this tubular look versus a flat look. So that's the flat look. That's the tubular. I hope you can see that. But so there's definitely a difference. And so there's a reason why you would do one over the other. This is a beautiful edge. I love this. Like for the bottom of a sweater or something that it doesn't roll at all, that would be lovely. But when you want that really rolled look, then knitting through the back loop makes a difference. And literally, I only did it for the first part and I realized that wasn't looking properly. And so I started doing the rest of it. I didn't go back and fix it. Are you kidding? I was almost at the end. So yeah, I probably should have, but I didn't. So now it is all done properly. But I thought that was an interesting thing to share because I did not know that there would have been a difference. I couldn't figure out why there was a difference, but it definitely makes a difference in the finished look. So Stephen West, Clue 1, version 2.0. So happy with it. So happy with it. Oh, I can't wait. So now I'm all gung-ho to get caught up on this shawl so that, hey, I can get knitting some other things. So I'm not going to go over any whips today because honestly, there haven't been very many. I've knit almost 100% monogamously, which is, oh my God, that's so strange for me. Yes, but I've knit pretty much monogamously on this. So that is the Stephen West update. Just want to share a few little Halloween-y things with you. Back again, sorry, I recorded this section and for some reason my computer blipped and I lost some footage. So it's an hour later. I was editing and realized it didn't actually take. So what I wanted to share was just 2 acquisitions that I have done that are very fall-y, Halloween-y themed. The first was a Hocus Pocus mini set. And I know you guys are rolling your eyeballs going, Linda, what are you doing getting more minis? But I have a plan. I have a plan. So the set of minis that I purchased was Hocus Pocus 2 from Hugh Loco. And I do not know these. I've mixed them all up. They came in an ordered sequence. Not color coded, just by names, and now I've mixed them all up. I didn't realize that, and I have no idea what they're called, but they're all named after pieces of Hocus Pocus 2, the characters, sayings, you know, all sorts of fun things. But look at those lovely, lovely colors. Oh, they're very, very, very true, I think, to the movies, which I did watch both Hocus Pocus 1 and 2, but there you go. Oh, I just love them. Now, so I have these minis. What am I going to make with them? Well, last year I purchased from Trilogy Yarns and sorry, this is a mess, but from Trilogy Yarns, I ordered Nancy's, I think it's Nancy from Trilogy Yarns, her Practical Magic set. Sorry, my hair is everywhere. Her Practical Magic set. Now this set, very Halloween-y, more traditional Halloween, I would say, is very orangey, greeny, brewy, you know, mossy, swampy. Oh, just lovely. So I've got this set, and now I've got this set. So I'm going to plunk the two together. And so here's what I'd like to know from you, because I might have a giveaway in my next video. Not promising, but just in case. So comment below on this video. Do you think I should do like an Andrea Mowry stripes sweater pullover for next Halloween? Or do you think I should do a Halloween blanket? And I thought I would do some sort of either granny squares or squares that are all outlined in a purple, a Halloween-y purple. Because I thought all of these colors would really shine if I backlayed them with purple. So I am torn between what I would like to do, a Halloween blanket or a Halloween sweater. If anybody has any suggestions, put your comments below. Anyway, so that is one acquisition. And actually, I've been pretty good. I've been pretty mellow with the acquisitions. The other acquisition I did, and I might make a few more, but I really wanted to show my support for all of the vendors, and I can't do all of the vendors. Let me rephrase that. I wanted to show my support for the Prince Edward Island Fiber Festival that got canceled because of Hurricane Fiona. And so I did order a sweater's quantity worth of Selkirk worsted from Fleece and Harmony in the Autumn Birch colorway. Oh my God, this is just, and I love it because it's Kim's sheep and they spin the wool and they dye it, and it's like farm to garment, right? Farm to fiber to garment for a PEI small business. So I just love this, and this is going to be is her name Andy Sutherland? Either an Andy Sutherland cropped cardigan, or it's going to be a Thea Coleman cabled sweater. I'm not sure. I sort of have a vision in my head, but I have wanted this particular color. Look, I hope you can see. It has got such beautiful variegation. Oh, it's so nice. It's tonal, not variegated, but it's tonal, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I think I shed more than my dog. I'm just saying. But anyway, it's just, so if I ever send you anything and there's a hair in it, it'll be mine. I'm just saying. But I just love it. Fleece and Harmony, if you haven't checked out their website, it's absolutely amazing. So that was the purchases that I made, and I've been, like I said, pretty good with not buying too much yarn, because I am going to do a destash. I keep threatening to do a destash. One day I will. But I did want to just mention how much fun it's been meeting people in my neighborhood who like to knit. And I did put a shout out, or a sort of the last podcast. I said, hey, if anybody's in the area, anybody's local and wants to meet us for a knit, just, message me and we'll make arrangements. Anyway, we met the most wonderful, wonderful young designer who is local to us out of Abbotsford, Jenny Gillard. Hello, Jenny. It was so lovely having you join us. But I'm going to put a picture up here because Jenny is a designer, and I have watched her podcast. Her podcast is called Honeybird Studios. Honeybird Studio. And she loves lace work. Her knitting is impeccable and artistic. And I just look at it and I go, now I want to knit lace. And I'm absolutely going to knit this pattern called the Wood Stone Wrap. And it is just stunning. And I was looking at the Selkirk worsted and I'm thinking, ooh, this would look very nice in that wrap because that would show the cables really well. So I don't know, I'll have to think about that. I had a cardigan in mind for that, but this wrap is also something that really appeals to me in sort of a very natural, rustic kind of a wool. So I'm going to think about that and see what part of my stash I can try not to buy anything new. Use my stash, Linda, use my stash. But so Jenny ended up joining us for our knit night, and we were killing ourselves because she was reducing our average age group. We loved it. It was lovely. And Jenny, hopefully you come back because unfortunately we don't live super, super close to each other, but absolutely kindred spirits. And that is the fun of our community, number one, but also just the, the connection that the love for yarn gives us. It crosses all age groups. It crosses genders. It crosses everything. It's just really a common enjoyment. And we're meeting so many lovely people. And I will go over in my next podcast, the ladies that I knit with on Friday afternoons. We went to Spin Cycle Yarns. We went on a field trip. And we had a hoot. So I'm happy to share some photos of that with you and some of maybe our acquisitions in the next podcast. But on that note, everybody, I will let you go. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day or evening or morning, wherever you are. And I look forward to talking to you very, very soon. Take care.